The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Welcome to the second game of our weekend series as we play out April 9 in the HTBL. This is another day game. Games I played out are always going to be day games, and the rest of the games we play are night games. It's San Francisco and Arizona at Chase Field in Phoenix, and it will be Gaylord Perry facing Dan Herron today. I'll be playing as Arizona. The computer will be playing as the Giants, who have started 8-1 this year. And it is 79 warm degrees with calm winds. I guess they had the roof open at Chase Field or Bank One Ballpark or whatever. That's what they used to call it, was Bank One Ballpark. So your lineup for the Giants will be as follows. Barry Bonds is in right field. He leads off. Tejada is your shortstop. Remember, the San Francisco team is a combination of A's and Giants. A's when they played in Oakland. So it will be Tejada at short. He will bat second. Barry Bonds, is in left. He will bat third. Willie Mays is your center fielder. He'll bat fourth. Kent, the second baseman, bats fifth. Olson at first bats sixth. Gene Tennis is seventh. He catches. Chavez at third base is eighth. And Gaylord Perry, the pitcher, will bat ninth. Defensively for Arizona, Luis Gonzalez, is a 6 and a 4 in left field. Steve Finley is a 7 and a 5 at center. Danny Batista is a 5 and a 4 in right. Chad Tracy, is a 7 at third. Stephen Drew, a 6 at shortstop. Junior Spivey, a 5 at second base. Brent Reedy is a 3 at first. Behind the plate, Montero, he's a 6 with a forearm. And Herron is a 6 defensive range at the pitcher's mound. So Barry Bonds leading off so far on the year, 4 for 23, a 174 average. His OPS 588, both off of their
Shortstop,
norms.
Miguel Tejeda.
His norms. Ground ball in front of the plate. Montero could not get to it. And Bobby Bonds is aboard with a single to start this game from Phoenix. And we'll take a break after the first 4.5 innings. Tejada coming in 6 for 15. He's hitting 400. His OPS 1.193. And Bobby was going, and he's got a stolen base, his first on the year. Count is now 0-1 to Miguel Tejada. And this is a grounder. Reedy will pick it up and go unassisted.
Left fielder
Bobby Bonds
Barry
will move to third.
Bonds.
His son, Barry Bonds, the left fielder, is now at the plate. He's 7 for 31 on this young season, 226, his OPS 706. So you know he's going to get it going here. In fact, let's see what we're going to do. We're going to bring the corners in with one out, and we're going to pitch around. That's skied to right. Batista with the catch, and Bobby Bonds scores from third
Center
base,
fielder,
and it's 1-0 in favor of the Giants. Willie Mays up, 333 on the year, 9 for 27. He has a homer and 9 RBIs.
Strike 3!
And that's strike 3 called.
Pitching for San Francisco,
Side retired.
Gaylord Perry. Leading off for Arizona, center fielder Steve Finley.
So Perry coming into the game, a 5.06 ERA, and he's 2-0, so this is his third start. His whip is 17.50, and the opponent's hitting 324 off of him. Let's go through the lineup for Arizona. Finley at center field will lead off. Drew at shortstop bats second. Gonzalez in left field batting third. Spivey is the cleanup man. He plays second. Tracy is at third batting fifth. Montero, the catcher, batting sixth. Batista in right batting seventh. Reedy at first base batting eighth. And Heron is the pitcher. He will bat ninth. He can go 115 pitches. And Perry, by the way, can go 150. Heron used up 20 pitches in the first inning. We already told you about Gaylord Perry. Barry Bonds is a 7 with a 5 arm. He plays left field. Willie Mays a 10 and a 10. He is your center fielder. Barry Bonds is an 8 and an 8 in right. Chavez a 9 at third. Tejada an 8 at the shortstop position. Kent is a 6. Matthew Olson is an 8 first baseman. Tennis a 5 and a 5 behind the dish. And Gaylord Perry has a 6 defensive rating. And he is your pitcher, at least to start with, this afternoon. And Finley up. He is a 9 bunter. But we're not going to do anything crazy here. We're just going to swing normally. That is skied. Tennis chasing that pop fly, and he's got it. A great play. And
Shortstop,
there's one out.
Stephen Drew.
Stephen Drew up. So far on the year, he's hitting .345. No homers, 2 RBIs. OPS a little better than his card should be at .855. And this is a grounder to the second baseman Kent over the first,
Left fielder,
second out.
Luis Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, .333 on the year. 5 for 15. He has 2 RBIs to his credit. The pitch. Skied to the left. Bonds doesn't even have to move. He's got the third out.
Second baseman, Jeff Kent.
Jeff Kent now up as the Giants go to bat in their second inning. And he has a .250 average, 7 for 28, no homers, 5 RBIs. Heron, by the way, we didn't go through his particulars. He's 0-2, a 7.30 ERA, and he's very hittable with a 16.22 whip, and opponents hitting .306 off of him. So Heron will work to Kent, and that's a grounder to third. Tracy, Greedy, 1 out.
First baseman, number 28, Matt Olson.
Olson having a good year so far. .292, 7 for 24, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. And Heron will pitch to him. To Breedy over to first, and that's
Catcher,
out number 2.
Gene Tenace.
Tennis, this will be his first at bat of the season. Giants come in 8-1, and Arizona 3-6, each playing their 10th game of the year. That's a base hit to left, so Tennis starts the year 1 for 1.
Third baseman, Eric Chavez.
Chavez is hitting .316, 6 for 19 on the season. His OPS .855. And that's sharply hit, and that falls
Second
for a base
baseman,
hit.
Junior Spivey.
No, I'm sorry. Batista caught that for the out. I thought it had dropped. It did not. So that's the third out in the Giants' second inning. They lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Junior Spivey, .393, 1 homer and 2 RBIs. Perry is up to 9 pitches, so at this pace he should stay in the game a while. And that's a grounder to third. Chavez, Olson, 1 out.
Third baseman, Chad Tracy.
Chad Tracy up, .212 on the year, 7 for 33, no homers, 5 RBIs. But he's aboard with a walk.
Catcher, Miguel Montero.
The crowd here in Phoenix applauding that. And Montero stepping in. He is 0 for 8 today. And that's going to be caught by Bonds
Right fielder,
for the second
Danny
out. Bobby Bonds. Danny Batista, a 179 average, 5 for 28 with 2 RBIs. And that's a base hit to right field. Will Tracy? No, he's going to hold at second base.
Brent Breed.
And Brent Breedy, or Breed, 1 for 3 so far this season. See how he does. And that's a grounder. Foul down the first base line. 0-2, 2 outs. Actually 1-2 and 2 outs. The pitch to Breedy. Tejada, they get the force. No, they're going to throw the first, and they get the out just
Gaylord
the same.
Perry.
So it's 1-0. We head to the third inning, and we will see the pitchers for both teams taking to the batter's box as this third inning progresses. Perry, a career 132 hitter, no homers, 3 RBIs. He is 0 for 5 this season. Grounder. Spivey will throw to the pitcher covering, 1 out. What was Greedy doing there? Picking his nose? Bobby Bonds up 208 on the year, 1 homer, 1 RBI, and he's 1 for 1 today. And this is hit well to left. Gonzalez going back and watching it go. A home run for Bobby Bonds, and it's 2-0 Giants. So Bobby Bonds with the solo shot. And now it's Miguel Tejada, 375, 6 for 16, a homer, and 3 ribbies so far this year. 0 for 1 today, and that's a base hit to left, right up dead center. Bobby Bonds, we forgot to give you his numbers so far in the year. 226, a homer, 4 ribbies. And Herron in a spot here in the third. Scored 2-0, and they're trying to hold the Giants to a run here in the third. And that's skied to right. Batista will make the play near the warning track, and Tejada stays at first base. 2 outs now for Willie Mays, 321, a homer, and 9 ribbies. He's 0 for 1 today. To center, Finley charging, third out.
Pitcher, Dan, Herron.
So the Giants pick up a run, and that is it. It's 2-0 in favor of the Giants, and Herron is up, the pitcher for Arizona. No bunting rating. Yes, I know my pitcher is about to hit, but I think it's too early to take him out. Chavez charging that ground ball over to Olsen. Out is the call. So, with that, we have 1 out in the Arizona third. Finley is 0 for 1. Sharply hit a base hit to right. He'll go for second, in there with a double, his first of the year. This brings up Stephen Drew. 0 for 1 today, 333 hitter this season. Finley was going, and he's in there with a stolen base, his second of the year. 1 out, and the count now 1-0 to Drew.
Strike 3.
That's strike 3. Luis Gonzalez, 313, no homers, 2 RBIs. 0 for 1 today. And will that drop? Yes, it does. A base hit. The runner scores from third, Finley. And it's 2-1 on an RBI single for Luis Gonzalez. Junior Spivey now up to 379 despite being 0 for 1 today.
Strike 3.
And that's a strikeout for Perry, his second of the inning and the game. We have played 3. It is 2-1 in favor of San Francisco. Jeff Kent up, 7 for 29 on the year, 241. He is 0 for 1 today. Pitch to him. He's skied to center field, and Finley doesn't have to move too far to his left for the putout, and there's 1 gone. Matt Olson, 280, 7 for 25 now, 0 for 1 today. That is a base hit for Olson, and he's aboard with a single. Gene Tennis, 1 for 1 in the game and the season.
Ball.
He's aboard with a bases on balls. That brings up Chavez, the third baseman, 0 for 1 today. And this is hit to left, and Gonzalez should be able to get to that. He does. And the runner, Olsen, holds it second. So it's Gaylord Perry up. He is now 0 for 6. Not known for his batting prowess as a pitcher. Herron will pitch aggressively to him, and that's a base hit. Perry is aboard. Olsen will score on the single by Gaylord Perry, of all people, and it's 3-1. So we go back to the top of the order. Third time around for the Giants, it's Bobby Bonds up again, who is now 2 for 2 on the day.
Strike 3.
And that's a strike 3 call. Herron retiring Bobby Bonds for his second strikeout of the game. We have played now 3.5. It is 3-1 Giants. Chad Tracy coming up. He doesn't have an official at bat because he walked in the second inning. To the ground, grounder to the shortstop Tejada, over to Olson, 6-3 on that putout. Montero, the catcher, up 0 for 9 now this season. Hit well to right to Bobby Bonds. Really didn't have to move too much for out number 2. Danny Batista, 6 for 29 now. 1 for 1 in the game. Perry deals. Hit to right. Bobby Bonds charging. He makes the putout. So with that, we have the score of 3-1 going to the top of the 5th. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 4 left on base for the Giants. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 left on base for Arizona. Tejada is 1 for 2. This is a grounder to Drew, over to Breedy. Makes a nice play. Tejada did for the first out. Barry Bonds up. He is now 7 for 32 this season. Drew charging. Did Barry beat it out? No, he did not. It's an out. Willie Mays, 3-10, 1 for 9 and 0 for 2 today. Right back to the pitcher, over to first. And the side retired for the Giants in the 5th. We will take a brief commercial break of 15 seconds duration. It's 3-1, the Giants leading the D-backs. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. Big Pauly coming back to you for the second half of this game. It is 3-1, the Giants leading Arizona. Breedy up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 so far in this one. And that's ball 4. He'll take his base. Perry is now up to 57 pitches. Herron has thrown 90. So get the hook ready for him. Herron is the pitcher. He is 0 for 1. And I think I'm going to pull him. I know it's early for it, but you've got to get a little bit of a spark going. And I'm going to see here who could hit a righty. And not a lot of good options. We're going to go with Gonzalez. Another. Do we have another Luis Gonzalez? Okay. We will ignore that for the. Somebody cloned Luis Gonzalez. There are two, or are there two different Luis Gonzalez's? Well, to keep that from happening, we're going to go with our second option, which is going to be Cintrone, the catcher. No, he plays center field. 3 o'clock, I'm having trouble seeing this.
Pinch hitting for Arizona, Quinton McCracken.
Quinton McCracken will be the hitter, the pinch hitter here. I think there are 2 separate Luis Gonzalez's, because I remember this coming up last season. But McCracken strikes out. We have Steve Finley now up. That's hit well to right. I'm looking at Bobby Bonds going back. He's almost at the warning track, makes the putout. And there are now 2 outs, I think. I cannot see this worth a damn. Stephen Drew is your shortstop. 10 for 31 now. And he is 0 for 2 today.
Ball 4.
Ball
Take
4.
your base.
And Drew on board. Runners at first and second for Luis Gonzalez. The better known Luis Gonzalez, who is now 6 for 17 on the year. He is 1 for 2 today. Grounder, but that will be a foul ball. Count is 1-2 now to Gonzalez. Perry at 73 pitches. And that's right to Kent. And that is the 3rd out in the Diamondbacks' 5th. We go to the 6th. We're going to need a new pitcher for Arizona.
Hot dog, dear.
And we are going to look for a pitcher who can hit. We need a pitcher who's better with righties. And that is going to be. We're going to go with Young Hung Kim. Kim on the air. This will be his first action. Opponent should hit 187 off of him. And we will start the sixth inning with Jeff Kent up 0 for 2 on the day. Hit well to left. Gonzalez makes the play at the warning track for the first out. That brings up Matt Olson, who is 1 for 2.
Strike 3.
That's a K for Kim. Gene Tennis is 1 for 1.
Ball 4.
He's on board with a walk. Chavez is 0 for 2.
Ball 4.
He's on board with a walk. Runners at first and second now. And it goes to the pitcher, Gaylord Perry, who is 1 for 2 today and has an RBI. Grounder to Drew, but he bobbles it. An error. Now you got the bases loaded for Bobby Bonds, who is 2 for 3. And this is skied. Pop fly looking like Tracy or Gonzalez. We'll get to it. It's Tracy. And the side is retired. So no runs in the sixth inning for the Giants. They lead 3-1. And if you will just allow me a moment to get set. There we go. Junior Spivey is 0 for 2. And this is a grounder to Tejada. He throws to first, gets the out there. 1 out. Tracy is 0 for 1. And this is going to be popped up. It's either going to be Barry Bonds or Chavez. And Chavez with the putout. 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. Montero is 0 for 2.
Strike 3.
That's strike 3 called, and the Diamondbacks could not muster anything in their sixth. It's still 3-1 in favor of the Giants. Tejada is 1 for 3. Kim staying in. Hit to right. Batista comes in, makes the grab. Barry Bonds is 0 for 2. And that is a line drive caught by Finley. Willie Mays is also wearing the collar today, 0 for 3. This is hit to left. Can Gonzalez get to it? He does. 7th inning stretch time. So we go to the bottom of the seventh. Your score is still 3-1. Batista is up. He is 1 for 2. And let me show you the lineup here. We're going to have to pinch hit for Kim before this inning is over with.
Strike 3.
Strike 3 called. And Perry pitching well, 6 1/3, 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks. Brady is 1 for 4 today. 1 for 4 in the season, 0 for 1 today. This is skied to right. Bobby Bonds makes the put out. And now
Kim.
Now we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Yeah, let me see who we can bring in. It's going to be Cintrone.
Pinch hitting for Arizona, Alex Cintrone.
He's 1 for 3 this season, so this will be his 4th at bat. if he doesn't walk. The pitch to him. It's going to be a grounder to Tejada. He'll throw to first, and they get the out. So the side retired for Arizona in the 7th. It is still a 3-1 game, and we're going to need another pitcher for the Diamondbacks. And let's see here. The lineup is righty, lefty, righty. So I should probably look for a righty. We're going to bring in Valverde for the 8th. And he has pitched 2 2/3 innings, 3 saves, 4 hits given up, a walk, and a K. His whip is way up there, though, 1.875, and his opposing batting average right now is 333. Ken is 0 for 3, and this is hit to left. Gonzalez makes the putout. There's one gone. Olson coming in. He is 1 for 3 today.
Strike 3.
That's strike 3 called to him. Gene Tennis is 1 for 1. And this is hit to center. Finley with the putout. And the side retired in the 8th for the Giants. Played 7.5. It is still a 3-1 game. Finley up, 1 for 3.
Strike 3.
That's K number 6 for Gaylord Perry. Pitching well, 6 Ks and 7 1/3 innings pitched. Stephen Drew is 0 for 2. He hits this to right. Bobby Bonds charging, but it's foul. So Drew will get another bite at the apple. I'd love to tell you the count, but the computer glare is so strong. Okay, it's 0 and 2 is the count.
Ball 4.
Ball 4, and now the tying run up in the person of Luis Gonzalez. 1 for 3. And that's a base hit to right, and Drew's going to hold at second. Junior Spivey is 0 for 3 on the day. Pitch to him. That's a grounder. Olson will go for the force at second, throwing to Tejada. And the side is retired for Arizona in the 8th. We have 1 inning left, barring the game being tied after 9. And it is 3-1. The Giants are leading. They have 8 hits, no errors, and it's looking like Arizona is 1-4-1. Tracy is 0 for 2.
Strike 3.
I beg your pardon, folks. There was still one more out. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Tracy struck out. 7th K for Perry. Now we go to the 9th, and it's 3-1. Chavez is 0 for 2.
Ball 4.
He's
Take
on
your
board
base.
with a walk. Valverde appeared strong as this 9th inning started. Perry is going to bat for himself here. He's 1 for 3 today. And something happened. It was Montero taking the play. It was a bunt, and it was a sacrifice bunt successful, and Chavez moved to second. Barry Bonds is 2 for 4. I'm going to walk him. That brings up Tejada, who is 1 for 4. This probably will be the last pitcher Valverde faces. Hit to right. Batista with the putout. And neither runner advances. So now you got 2 outs and Bobby Bonds up. Barry Bonds, I'm sorry. Ay, 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 ay. And Bonds is a lefty, so we should probably bring in somebody who can face lefties. Okay, and that is going to be... We'll go with Ziegler. And we're going to face him. And it's hit well to right. Batista with the putout. So there's hope for the Diamondbacks yet. 3 outs to go. And it's a 3-1 game. Montero is 0 for 3. Perry going for the complete game, and Bobby Bonds gets to that first out. Batista is 1 for 3, and a base hit puts him on board. Greedy is 0 for 2. I'm going to go for a pinch hitter. Not a lot of good options. If you are a Diamondbacks fan, we're going to go with the other Luis Gonzalez.
Pinch hitting for Arizona, Luis Gonzalez.
He hits .288, 8 homers and 33 ribbies. The pitch to him. It's hit well to center. Mays with the putout, 2 outs now.
Pitcher, Brad Ziegler.
And Ziegler will be lifted for... Who should we put in, Ella? Who should we put in? I'm going to go with DeLucci.
Pinch hitting for Arizona, David Deluxy.
And DeLucci, the last chance. He'll need a home run to tie it. The pitch to him.
Strike 3.
Strike
Down.
3, and the Giants win. 3-1 is your final score. So that one is over with. It was Perry going the distance to pick up the win. And Heron picks up the loss. He falls to 0-3. Bobby Bonds went 2 for 4, a homer and a stolen base. And there were no standouts for Arizona, who used 4 pitchers. And your MVP of the game was Gaylord Perry, going the distance. And that's going to do it for this weekend in the HTBL. Hope you've enjoyed our action these past couple of days. This has been Big Pauly coming to you, wishing you well, Godspeed, God bless, and all that jazz. Bye-bye for now, everybody.